Hi, it's Eric, head of production here at Duprey Studio Recordings, and today we're talking about guitars. We're going to be talking about our beautiful new Blackstar amp that we've got and take you through a little bit of how we record guitars here at Duprey Studio Recordings. So first off, our new amp. This is the Blackstar HT20 MKII. It's got 2 channels with 2 different voicings on each channel. The first one is a clean channel, and the first voicing on that clean channel is more of a Fender kind of style sound. Then press this button and you get yourself a Vox sound. It's kind of breaks up a little bit right about there, or you can have it kind of crystal clean and chimey. It also has a tone knob on this channel, so you can add a little bit more highs or a little bit more lows and kind of cut the highs a little bit. Then you move on to your second channel. Your second channel is called Overdriven, and you have 2 different voicings on this channel as well. First voicing is more of a traditional Marshall style voicing, classic kind of rock tone. And then your second voicing is more of a modern 5150, more tight bottom sound. You have your 3-band EQ on this channel, plus your ISF knob. And ISF just stands for Infinite Shape Filter. And what it does is, if you can imagine these EQ knobs here have certain values, this just kind of shifts the values over a little bit. And that way you can get a little bit more of a looser sound or more of a tighter sound. You can kind of say you can get more of an American sound, or you can get yourself more of a British sound. Then we're moving on to the reverb. The reverb isn't a spring reverb, it's more of like a Hall plate style reverb. So it's really, really cool if you want to get really big spacey tones. And then you have your master knob right here. I should mention that this is an all-tube amp right here. You have 2 EL84 tubes and 2 12AX7s in the preamp. Coming over to the back of the amp, you've got a lot of different bells and whistles here. First, you've got your main input, that's for the power cord. Then you got your speaker outs. You can do 1 8-ohm cab or 2 16-ohm cabs. Then you have your emulated outputs. One of those is a 1/4 inch, and you can use that for headphones. And the other one is a XLR. And that's really cool because it's going to give you an emulated speaker output. So just as if you were miking your speaker with a 57 style mic. On that emulated output, you can switch between having a 412 cabinet or a 112 cabinet. And then you've got your standard effects loops with different levels. You can go plus 40 dB or minus 10 dB. You got your send and returns. You got your foot switch, which actually foot switches your different channels and your different voicings. And then you have your USB audio output. And that's really cool because even though this is a 20-watt tube amp and it's pretty loud, you could record directly into your computer and it actually sounds fantastic. Let's talk signal chain. Typically, we'll have our client bring in their own amp, and then we'll use this amp right here as a complement to their tone. We usually have our clients in the control room with their guitars while their amp is here in the live room, so that way we can crank it all the way up and get that real good tube saturation. So usually when we record guitars here at Duprey Studio Recordings, we're using 2 different mics. A dynamic mic like this one right here, this is the SM7B by Shure, and some kind of ribbon or condenser mic for a little bit more of the airier transients that we're trying to capture. This one is the Shure SM81. On the back end, we're going through one of our many different mic pre's. In this case, we're going in through our Trident 68 board because it sounds really, really good with guitars. Then we're going into the Antelope Audio Orion 32, and then we're going into Pro Tools. All right, let me just show you a couple of different amp tones we can get out of this thing. I'm going to be using my favorite guitar here. This is a Ernie Ball Music Man Albert Lee 2020 edition. I love this guitar. It sounds really good, and you can get a lot of different tones because we've got a 5-way switch on this guitar. All right, cool. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you a more R&B modern kind of tone. So I'm going to be using the clean channel again, but on the voice in, which gives you more of a Vox style channel, and that actually kind of breaks up really, really well when you dig into it. But if you lighten up on it, it stays pretty clean. I'm going to be using the middle position on the guitar, a little bit of reverb. I've kind of poked out the highs a little bit so that way they jump out when I hit the guitar really, really hard. And then I'm going to be using just a little bit of overdrive on that too, just to kind of go from one part to the other part. Okay, so now we're gonna turn it up a little bit and go on to the second channel. Again, the second channel has two different voicings. Again, that more traditional turned up Marshall kind of voicing, and then that more modern like 5150 style voicing. I'm gonna do a funk example. And so for the funk example, I've got the gain and volume about right here out, so we're getting that Marshall tone. I've got the bass in the middle, I'm pushing some mids, pushing a little bit of treble here, and then also I'm gonna turn my ISF, or that infinite shape feature, all the way to the left. And that's gonna give me more of an open kind of sound. The other one gives you more of a tighter sound. I need the open sound on this one to kind of give me more of a jangly kind of thing. So it's gonna kind of sound like a kind of like a gained up, like edge of breakup tone kind of Marshall, a la Jimi Hendrix-ish kind of thing. So, and I'm also down here, I'm gonna be using a wah pedal. So here's the sound, no wah pedal. Here's the sound with the wah pedal. That kind of thing. For my next example, I'm going to be showing you how heavy this amp can get. Don't mind the hiss. That's because we're on the second channel. Gain's pretty turned up, and then we're going with the voice switch in. That's going to give us more of that modern kind of hard rock sound, metal sound kind of borderline. EQ-wise, I've got the bass boosted up a little bit. Pretty significant cut on the mids, and then boosting the highs with the infinite shape switch all the way to the other side. So we got a little bit more of a, tighter versus gets a little bit tighter. I'm gonna be showing you more of like a hard rock kind of metal example. Gonna be just using all the gains coming directly from the amp, bridge pickup on the guitar. All right, and for our final tone, I'm just gonna be playing over a hip hop style track just to kind of give you guys an idea of what it would sound like in a track like that. There's nothing super special going on with the amp. I'm just kind of, doing my favorite tone, which is driving into like a Vox style amp. Got it pretty cooking in the gain department, right about here somewhere, set it and forget it. Just that with a neck pickup and a lot of reverb, and that's my thing. All right, so that was just a little bit about our Blackstar amp and how we record guitars here at Duprey Studio Recordings. We'd love for you to come down here and record some guitars with us. Thank you for coming to the Duprey Studio Recordings YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button below for more videos from us. And if you have any suggestions about what kind of videos you'd like to see on our channel, go ahead and drop us a comment down below. I'm Erick, head of production here at Duprey Studio Recordings. Thank you.